The Influencer's Edge is brought to you by the Rapid Sales Accelerator. If you're ready to skyrocket your sales by 30% or more in just 90 days, then you need to claim your free training right now. You'll learn 4 words that will compel your prospects to trust you like they were children within the first 3 to 5 minutes of any conversation across any platform and any medium. You'll learn how to give your prospects objection amnesia, to crush objections like, I need to talk to my spouse, or I need more time to think it over, or it's too expensive. If you'd like to claim your free training now, go to www.paulrossbook.com. Do it before your competition does it now. Thank you for tuning in to the Influencer's Edge, where you get the latest breakthroughs, cutting-edge insights, tools, and techniques so you can leapfrog over the pack in sales, influence, and persuasion. Remember to visit our website at www.theinfluencersedge.com to enjoy even more great episodes like this one. We look forward to seeing you again on the Influencer's Edge Show. Well, welcome back to the Influencer's Edge. It's been a little bit of a pause, a hiatus, but we are back. This is the podcast that disconnects the dots, colors outside the lines, and thinks outside the box. And I was eager to have today's guest on because he is a former attorney who helps attorneys get out of that horrific. No, that's not true. A lot of attorneys do a lot of good, but then they wind up hating their job.
Right.
So naturally, you are the founder of Leave Law Behind. That's a very good domain. It says exactly what you do. You have helped hundreds of unhappy attorneys, just hundreds. I would think there's
We need to update that. Yeah, I think it's over 1,000 now. Yeah.
Okay. Transition out of the legal field. Now, before we go any further.
Yeah.
First of all, when you were an attorney, you obviously made this transition yourself.
Yeah.
How long were you in practice for? What kind of law? Were you an ambulance chaser? You look like an ambulance chaser.
First off, I'll answer your question. First off, it's great to be here. And I want to say the world needs attorneys. The world needs attorneys. It needs good attorneys. It needs great attorneys. There's great attorneys out there. We need great, good attorneys to advocate for clients and so on. There are just a lot of attorneys now who just aren't aligned and connected with the legal profession. They shouldn't be doing law. That's it. That's my legal disclaimer here before we dive in. But no, but in all seriousness, I wanted to say that the world does need attorneys, but the industry just doesn't fit. It just doesn't connect with many people, and they're unhappy. And I practiced for 5 years. I did software licensing. I had the job many attorneys wanted, which was in-house counsel, tech.com. I'm 51 years old, so to date myself back, the early .com in 2000s, San Francisco, dogs in the office, gummy bears in the kitchen, you name it. And it was a great job, really enjoyed it, did a lot of software licensing and negotiating, but learned a lot. It was a great experience. But then there came a point where I just said, this is too stressful, too reactive, not creative for me.
Hold on. Was that an all of a sudden snapping moment, or was it build up until you just went, I'm out of here? How did it take place?
It's a great question. I joke that I went to law school just because I didn't like blood, so I'm not going to medical school. I wasn't a math guy, so I'm not going to engineering. So what do? You go to law, right? I write. That's literally as critically as I thought.
A personal question. Are you in the tribe?
I am part of the tribe. I'm a Jewish kid.
So then your son, my son, the doctor, and this is my son's brother.
That's it. That's it. So I was a Jewish kid who didn't like blood, so I didn't go to medical school. I went to law school. Right. I mean, that's pretty much what it came down to.
Right.
And then got this great job, great company, fun, a lot of work and so on. But what happened over time, I was like, I'm putting out fires. I am making money for the salespeople, negotiating their deals. I'm not making as much money as they are. It started to build up. And then our company, we had a San Francisco office. We were based in London. We flew out there for an all hands get together, so on and so forth. And we organized by our group, sales, engineering, and so on. And I never forget what really struck it for me, Paul, was they put the name tag on me, and I had the department I was in, and it was the admin department. And no knock on administration or operations. It is so needed in the world,
I know.
just not for me. I said, admin. I'm not. That just, and something just viscerally said, I'm out of here. I can't be part of admin. I need to be on the front line doing creative. I need to be doing something else. Took me 9 months after that, wind things down. But that was a real moment for me of saying, I'm
Were
in the
you
wrong place.
okay? Whenever I talk to a guest who's made a big jump
Yeah.
from one thing to another, I always ask them this question. Were there moments of fear where you thought, I don't know if I should be doing this? Did you second guess yourself?
Moments. There were all fear. It was all fear. It was all, are you, I would get getting, this was 2004. I was getting married in November. I gave
Okay,
notice
that's
in,
enough terror right
yeah, right there.
there.
Right. But no, all fear. I had friends who cared about me saying, what the heck are you doing? I saw where I was going. And the way I didn't even overcome the fear, I mitigated it, I reduced it, but I saw where I was going. I was going in house counsel, Silicon Valley, general counsel of some tech company. And that sounds great to some people. For me, though, I said, that's not what I want. So the fact that if you keep doing what you're doing, keep getting what you're getting, I was like, that is more scary to me to be in a fake life than
Right.
to view this fear right now of what am I going to do next. So it was really which fear is bigger for me. But it was all fear. Anyone who says there isn't fear, you are fear. It's just you move forward despite it. You overcome it, or at the very least you reduce it.
Now, hold on. So you were getting married at the time. What did your fiance and or wife have to say about, wait a minute, I thought I was marrying a good provider. What is this?
She's my wife now. We've been married 20, it was 2004. So what is that? 22 years now
You
in
better get it
November.
right. She's listening.
Yeah.
She will.
I better get that right. So it hit me. That meeting I told you about was in 2003. And so then I kind of pushed it down and didn't think about it. And then it would bubble up and I'm looking, talking. It takes a little while to kind of process this. And then I left in June of 2004, kept the company for a little bit of a client, just offboarding and keeping it going. I was able to make some money. They were able to kind of keep me working there for a little bit freelance. And then we got married in 2004 and she was teaching at the time, but we had a deal that said, okay, I'll give you about a year, but then we're going to have kids and I'm going to shift and I'm going to raise our kids. So she was great. She was so supportive of me, but she said, I don't want to be working when we have children. And our first child was born in 2007. So get going. And I did, I was able to kind of create my own thing and start work about 6 months, a year later. But no, very supportive, but also
So
lit the
how,
fire under me to get my act together.
so how do you help clients? Your practice is no longer just about attorneys. It's about, and do you focus on attorneys and you've expanded, but you still have a focus on the law?
So, and I'll get into how we help, and I'm gonna lay it all out here. People take notes, take pen and paper out. I'm gonna tell you the steps to leave the law or to leave your job. Leave law behind. I started 15 years ago, and it's focused on attorneys. People have come to me and said, "Hey, can you help me? Can you help me in the same way you help attorneys?" So I've started CaseyBerman.com, my first name, last name.com, where I'm doing the same now for non-lawyers. But we help attorneys just are misaligned, they're unhappy. There's a lot of reasons why, the bad partner, we call them the usual suspects, the long hours, the bad partner, the clients, the weekend work and so on. But really what it comes down to is for a lot of people who are unhappy as lawyers, it's the work. It's boring. They just don't like the work. They don't
Really?
like doing it. Yeah.
I was a litigation paralegal for
Hmm.
almost 3 years, and I loved that job. I loved it. We did
Good.
malpractice defense.
Yeah.
We defended attorneys who were accused of
Yeah.
malpractice. So I got to
Yeah.
see what malfeasance and miscreants attorneys could be.
Yeah. Yeah. No, and again, for attorneys who like the work, all the power to them. I will tell you though, Paul, that the people that come to us say, it is boring. It's mundane. I'm a high paid paper pusher. It's templatized. I'm just over it. It's stressful. I don't care anymore. I don't care about the client. I'm burnt out, et cetera, et cetera. And so that's what we see. And so what we help them do is to find a job that a non-law job that they love, that they're good at, and that pays them well.
So let's talk about that. How in the world they're coming to you? Your
Yeah.
background is law. how in the world do you help them figure out what their passions are? Because let me just say something.
Yeah.
I'm a very direct, kicking the
Yes.
balls in the bait scene kind of host, excuse me. That word is so overused, passion, something you're
Yeah.
passionate about. Well, I could be passionate about watching Netflix reruns and
Right.
eating donuts. What does that even mean? And doesn't everyone have a different definition of it?
Well, I'm going to push it back to you. I didn't say the P word. You said it. I didn't say
All
it.
right, that
I
was
don't
on me.
focus on passion for
Okay,
that exact reason. You're 100% correct.
all
What
right.
I focus on, what we focus on is what you're good at. Cuz back in 2005 when I was leaving, I
Wait,
actually
wait,
went.
wait, 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 wait. In this
Sure.
episode, we dive into the idea of centering you, your strengths, passions, and skills. It's in your bio,
Oh,
sir.
it's in the bio.
Okay, I present the document. You are making a demand for production of documents.
It's in the bio. No, wait, Bob. I'm losing you on the audio here, unfortunately.
Hello, hello.
There you go. Now I got you. Great.
All right, something's going on with the mic. All right, you got.
I got you back. Can you hear me now? Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
I was.
You got me. You got
Yeah,
me. Guilty as charged. I wrote passion in the bio. You got
that's
me.
it.
So that I write for. How about this? I write that for the bios. But when we focus on helping attorneys to lead the law, one thing that we really focus on are their skills and strengths. Because I was asked many years ago, 2004, 2005. I went to a career coach, and they said, "Well, what are your passions?" I was like you just said. I mean, I like the San Francisco Giants. I'm supposed to say my kids and my wife and are my passion, and I don't know what my passion are. I don't even think I still know what my passion is, right? Um, so what we really focus on are what people's skills and strengths. Here's the steps. If you give me 60 seconds, here's the steps.
I'll give you 10 minutes,
10
5 minutes.
minutes.
Think.
To help people, our process to help people leave the law and to help people even move out of career. The first step is is identifying the fears and blockers, like you brought up. What is getting in my way? It could be I want to get a return on investment on my law degree. I want to make people proud, golden handcuffs. No one will ever hire me. Just getting all those fears and blockers that you have out on paper. Again, working to overcome them, or at the very least, just mitigating them so you can move forward. The second element of that is identity. A lot of us really tie, and lawyers do this as well, really tie their identity into
Yeah,
their job. And
yeah.
so this is kind of a fear and a blocker, but like, how can I identify with something else? Helping them do that. Once we kind of do that kind of woo woo kind of identity, fear and blocker stuff, and we're feeling in a good spot, what we then do is come to step three, your skills and strengths, what we call your unique genius. For the sports fans out there, I'm a very big sports fan. What is your scouting report? What are you good at? Are you the researcher, the big picture person? Are you the policy writer? Are you the compliance person? Are you the bulldog, like the litigator that you probably worked with? Are you the schmoozer? Are you empathetic? Whatever it is, we have actually 11 buckets that leave law behind, and we organize it and we put these skills and strengths. You reach out to people in your network. You can do strength finders and all that, but reach out to people in your network and ask them three questions. What am I good at? Compliment me. Two, what advice do you come to me for besides legal advice? And three, what do I do or what have I done for free? They're going to come back with you're a great listener, you're a big thinker, you put the IKEA tables together, whatever it is,
That's not me.
and you gather all of that. And then we organize this at Leave Law Behind, and I'm happy to throw out ideas, but then you find jobs that are calling for those skills and strengths. It's very focused. I'm only going to focus on those jobs that my skills and strengths are called for in the job description. That's the angle. Then what you do is you take that focused, narrow connection and network with people via informational interviews, via reaching out cold, reaching out warm, telling people your narrative, telling people your story. This is the job I'm after, and then opportunities present. So I went into that quickly. I'm happy to unpack anywhere, but those are the steps you take to get out of a job you don't like into one that you do.
I have a family member who works for one of the largest law firms on the West Coast,
Yeah,
and he has to bill a tremendous number of hours,
right.
like tremendous number of hours. But he makes really good money, and he's in
Yeah,
a position now where he's got his second. Does he have his second baby on the way? And they've got a huge house with a gigantic mortgage.
sure.
And he likes the job right now, but I don't think he's terribly sure that he will 10 years from now.
Right.
What so I'm thinking of two things. One is leaving that amount of money behind because it can pay a lot. It can
Yeah.
pay a lot of money. That's the first thing. And the second thing is, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm really serious about this.
No.
Even though it is funny, if the parents put the kid through college, they're going to say, "What do we spend $100,000 for? You're going to quit?" I've, I'm sure you run into that situation. Do you coach people on how to deal with that guilt, or I'm not
So,
funny,
you
Kate.
know, it's a great question. It's a great question. And what we say with people, because people say that, I got to start all over. Oh, I got to do this. And really, you're not, because you're taking what you learned in law school, you're taking your experience as a lawyer, and now it's career stage V 2.0. I mean, the skills you learn as a lawyer, being the adult in the room, connecting the dots, putting out fires, all of the reading detail, going high level, all of these skills and strengths are in demand in the outside world. So,
Business especially.
especially business, politics, advisory. I mean, we've put hundreds of people in jobs ranging across everything, recruiting, everything. So the skills are in demand. There's no quitting. There's no starting over. There's no Casey, I'm too old for this. Not at all. Now, to the point about money, and we focus on money so much in our coaching because for the reason you said, money's a taboo topic in society in general, but particularly with lawyers. If you're making so much money now that it's going to be difficult to leave, I would just say, well, start saving some and put it away so that you're good and you can move into a job in 10 years that you actually enjoy.
Yeah,
There's
it's your
that,
fuck you.
right?
Essentially, it's your fuck you money.
Yeah, exactly. Don't spend it all now. Like maybe downsize on the house, right? A little bit if you need to, but that's fine. But then the other thing is when you actually do the math and you look at how much you're making per hour. So we've done this before, not with someone making, I don't know how much your family member is making, but someone making a good amount of money, 200, 170, 200, 250,000, $300,000 a year. Associates, they said, well, I make 300 grand a year. I said, well, how many hours are you billing? And what it came down to when we did the math, pre-tax, she was making $78 an hour. Pre-tax. Her eyes bugged out. She could not believe it. And she's left. She works in finance at a trust officer at a bank. Absolutely loves it. Connects with clients. Helps families with their some of their biggest planning and so on. Loves
That's
it.
worthy of a pause button. 70, how many hours a week was she required to bill? What was she billing?
Well, she was working 60, 65, 70 hours a week.
That's insane. You
Oh
have,
yeah. To bill. So if you look at 2,000 hours billing, which is pretty standard for a big law or law firms, 2,000 hours is 40 hours billed times 50 weeks in a year plus 2 weeks vacation. I mean, you literally are working all the time. So if you are billing 40 hours in a week,
okay.
you are working
Yeah,
50, 55, 60 hours.
that's why my friend says she works so much because
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
You don't work 40 hours a week to bill.
She's an ambulance chaser.
Yeah. Now, big money there. There's big money there potentially. But to
If you're listening to this episode, I didn't really mean it.
big money there, does good
We're
things.
good friends. We can poke each
Of
other.
course you could.
It's fun.
But if you're working 40 hours, and she doesn't necessarily bill per hour, I would
I
assume,
don't know.
she's doing it on a contingency fee. But still, whether you're working a contingency, whether you're billing by the hour, whether you're working at the firm, you're working 50, 60 hours, if not more a week, which is
That,
7 days a week, which is 10 hours a day.
that's insane.
I get messages from people making more money than they did as lawyers saying, hey, Casey, 4:30 p.m. I'm at the farmer's market near my office. Just wanted to tell you hi. Well, thank
That's
you. It's great.
that, that's really super rewarding. You
Yeah.
should, if you haven't done so already, you ought to write a book.
Thank you for that. No, thank you for that. I have heard that before. I've thought
A
about it. My
great
business.
marketing tool, regardless of
Yeah.
whether you're not going to make money selling, unless you're Eckhart Tolle and you wrote The Power of Now.
Right. Right.
And that's all in the title. If he had written Being Present Through the Power of Quiet,
Right.
no, but no, The Power of Now. That was
That's a
so
great title. No,
smart.
it's a great title. It hooks you in. No, my business partner is we've written drafts and it's a great idea. And yeah, maybe we will. Thank you for the inspiration. I appreciate it.
Sure. All right, let's move on. By the way, that's my kid. I don't know if
Hey, yeah, we have a black cat too. That's so cute.
yeah. All right. So, in a world where the ideal job is often identified by factors like money or prestige, how do you stay true to your own values and strengths in making career decisions? We've talked about strengths. Let me talk about values
Yeah.
because that word is batted about. What is your definition? What's Casey's definition of values?
Yeah. Well, there's two ways to slice it. I mean, value, first of all, is providing a needed and worthy service. Do you provide value? And I don't think that's where you're going with it. But the first thing I just have to say to address the definition, as any lawyer would, is do you provide value? Is there a being a service, a worthy service, something that's needed that can help a pain, fill a gap, or so on? That's kind of the first definition of value. But the second one is what do we value? What do we hold dear? And so, how I define value is really those types of behaviors and incentives and ways of thinking and beliefs that are that an organization, that a person, organization, or collective, or community, or whatever, want to promote and want to create. And so, some have different. Every organization, every person has a different value. Some of it is about efficiency and productivity and grind culture and bottom line. Other organizations are less about efficiency and productivity and are about empathy and helping people, individuals the same way, right? For me personally, I have I think what I really value is a balance between feeling that alignment that and that's something more visceral than intellectual, but really feeling that alignment in what I do and also being compensated for it. I have no issue with money. I love money. I think money is a great way to show your appreciation for something. So really what I value is doing work that's really aligned, that I really enjoy. Look at me, I'm talking. I can't stop talking about this, right? So I'm totally aligned with helping people kind of move into this new career and then being compensated, fairly for it. So I think that's kind of how I would define my value from Leave It All Behind in a business standpoint. The reason I bring up money is because, and I'll be honest with it, is that money is this taboo topic that many attorneys have. They don't want to pay us for our services. They want free advice. I get emails all the time. Can I just chat with you
Oh,
for a sec?
oh, no,
All
no,
the
no,
time.
no,
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 no, no. You're
no,
right. All
no.
the time.
I was at dinner with the family and someone wanted advice, and I said,
Yeah,
it's $2,500 an hour. I'll give you
there
the
it is. That's
1,500.
it.
They said, no, thanks, and walked away, literally.
And not only is that compensation that you should receive, but also what we learn. I'm not saying anything no one doesn't know, but when someone puts money up front, they have the skin in the game. They are much more motivated to do something.
Absolutely.
I know we all join a gym and we let the gym fee flounder and we don't do it. Fine. It doesn't happen all the time. But when you put money up front, usually you're actually going to be more motivated to it. So I think that's kind of how I look at the definition of value for me, particularly from running a business.
There's a wonderful book I want to recommend to you because I really think it'll help you with your
Yeah.
client. It's called The Happiness Trap. And
Ooh,
he talks about values being the things that are the most important to you in your life, not a goal. There's a distinction
mm,
between a value and a goal. If your goal is to get married, what's the value in that? Well, you want communication, you want union, and so his whole
that's
point
great.
is, well, you can find some of that every day on your journey to connecting with your partner.
The happiness trap.
The happiness trap.
Yeah. Okay. I'll write that down.
You out there, my audience for the Influencer's Edge.
I
So
love it. The happiness trap. Thank you
we've
for that.
already reached our time. So I know, believe it or not,
Wow. I
we
was having so much fun. Thank you.
well, you know, I'm so glad we spent this time
Yeah.
together. I know my audience will want to stay in the conversation with you.
And by the way, so do I. So stay on with me after we go off the
You
air.
got it.
How's my audience going to stay in touch with you? How does my
Can,
friend, how's my friend gonna get the friends and family? No, there's no discounts.
uh,
How do all those lawyers out there and all the other people out there who are burned out in their careers are really looking to make that change, get your expert guidance and advice? How do they reach?
yeah, of course. Thank you. So leave law behind, LEAVELAW behind.com, or reach out to me, CASEY at leavelawbehind.com. I'm also on LinkedIn, Casey Berman SF for San Francisco, Casey Berman SF on LinkedIn. DM me anytime. So happy to reach out. But those are probably two best ways to find me.
All right, another fun, you see that I love doing this.
Yeah, I know.
I do love doing this, having these conversations every day because I have no friends and no one likes me. So this is,
Well,
that's
you have
not,
cats and money. You have cats and
that's not
money, as I see on your shirt. So what? I've
that.
never seen that on a shirt before. I love it.
It's a little kiosk that's now out of business, so I can't get them anymore.
I got it. I
Anyway,
love it.
Casey, thanks for being on the show. And to the hostile alien armada in your cloaked spaceships hovering just outside of Earth's atmosphere, remember, eat the Canadians first. And we'll see you on the next episode of The Influencer's Edge. Bye now.
The Influencer's Edge is brought to you by the Rapid Sales Accelerator. If you're ready to skyrocket your sales by 30% or more in just 90 days, then you need to claim your free training right now. You'll learn 4 words that will compel your prospects to trust you like they were children within the first 3 to 5 minutes of any conversation across any platform and any medium. You'll learn how to give your prospects objection amnesia, to crush objections like, I need to talk to my spouse, or I need more time to think it over, or it's too expensive. If you'd like to claim your free training now, go to www.paulrossbook.com. Do it before your competition does it, now. Welcome to the Influencer's Edge. This is the place where you come to get the latest breakthroughs, cutting-edge insights, tools, and techniques to leapfrog over the pack in sales, persuasion, and influence. Be sure you visit our website at www.theinfluencersedge.com. And while you're there, subscribe to us via your favorite network. Now sit back, tune in, and enjoy today's episode.